What is PharmD? What do the course offer? What do you mean by clinical pharmacy? What about the pay scales of a PharmD graduate? You might have already did a lot of research on all these topics and end up asking, is there really any scope for PharmD in India? Hi everyone, this is Arumal Satish. I'm a PharmD graduate. I graduated in the year 2018 from JSS College of Pharmacy, Mysore, and presently I'm working in a corporate sector in Bangalore. Scope of PharmD in India is a widely discussed topic among those who are planning to take PharmD, and also it has created a lot of confusion among those who have already taken PharmD as a professional degree. I've seen a lot of videos in YouTube who speaks a lot about PharmD, but the irony is that none of them are PharmD graduates. So that's when I thought of sharing my real life experience after completing PharmD in India. So according to me, the scope of PharmD in India can be discussed under three factors. So the first one is the job, how PharmD graduates are placed or how they are getting distributed in various sectors after completing PharmD. Suppose there are 100 PharmD graduates. 50% of them will go to corporate sector. They will find corporate jobs like pharmacovigilance, regulatory affairs, clinical trials, etc. 40% of them will go for higher education in foreign countries. And some of them will decide to take PhDs or continue the teaching profession. And the remaining 10%, they are the one who actually sticks to the profession. I call them as real PharmDs. They are called the clinical pharmacist. I'll be talking about them in the later part of the video. Okay. Talking about the 50%, about the corporate jobs. Well, the doctors, CPs, the other HCPs, they all deal with drugs, right? So where do this drug come from? How a drug is launched in the market? So in order to launch a drug in the market, there is a long complex process that happens in the background. It includes the research and development, the clinical trials, the regulatory process, etc. So in simple words, all those jobs or responsibilities that comes under these fields are collectively known as corporate jobs. This is a big topic. I'll be explaining all the possibilities of a PharmD graduate in all these sectors in another video. Alright, in a corporate environment, it doesn't matter which course you studied or how much percentage you scored. What matters is the skills or attitude you have to complete a particular task or complete a particular project in a specified time. So those PharmD graduates who select a corporate job, they fail to highlight the importance of PharmD in public health. Or in other words, the course PharmD, a Doctor of Pharmacy, is less pronounced or not at all pronounced in a corporate sector. Now coming to the 40% who go for higher studies in foreign countries. Well, at the time of your PharmD admission, your career guidance people or the college will talk a lot about PharmD, that you have great opportunities abroad. You'll be earning in lakhs, blah, blah, blah. Well, they are correct, but do keep in mind that this is not as easy as it sounds. Please understand that you are not going to get any jobs immediately after completing PharmD, and that too in a foreign country. Most of the PharmD graduates go abroad with a motive of clearing the Pharmacy Council exams over there. But to be frank, this is something which is really, really hard. I'm not discouraging any one of you, but let me make it clear that there are people who have cleared the exams. Most of my seniors have cleared the exams like NAPLEX, PBC and other exams. But most of their family already settled there. So if you don't have any relatives over there, it will be very difficult to study, to earn and to clear these exams. But yes, it is possible. The student fail to clear those exams and they gradually move to a corporate sector. Again, these 40% fails to accentuate about PharmD, a Doctor of Pharmacy. Now talking about the 10%, the real PharmDs, the clinical pharmacists of India. They are the only PharmD graduates who sticks to their professional degree and uphold the name of PharmD in India. They are not well paid, they are not well recognized, but still they keep fighting to prove themselves and show the importance of clinical pharmacy in the public health. They play a significant role in minimizing the medication errors and reducing the financial burden on the patients. But they face a lot of challenges, like lack of cooperation from the doctors, less acceptance, ego. People just consider them as someone who just dispenses the medicines. And I'm very sad to say that they are not getting the deserved respect in the country. But out of all these, the clinical pharmacists continue to work hard to prove themselves what they can do for the public health. But the real problem lies with the number of clinical pharmacists in the country. So as I said before, out of the 100 students, 50% of them will go for the corporate jobs, 40% will go abroad for higher education, and only 10% of them are becoming a clinical pharmacist. So in a batch, only 3 or 4 will become a successful clinical pharmacist in an NABH accredited hospital. So lesser the number of clinical pharmacists, lesser will be the impact of clinical pharmacy in public health. So coming to the second factor, the college selection. PharmD is an international course and it is expensive. But most of the students in India, they select a college based on the fee structure. And let me tell you, this is a very wrong approach. There are colleges in India that offer PharmD for a very low fee. But the point to consider here is whether those colleges are having the adequate facilities to run a program like PharmD. To become a successful clinical pharmacist, you should definitely have good clinical knowledge, which you will gain only through proper training in the hospitals. So it's very important that the college you choose to study PharmD should have a very good hospital setup. So apart from the hospital, if you're someone who is interested in the corporate job, then placement cells are something which you need to consider while selecting the college. Now, all the colleges that offer PharmD will not be having a proper placement cell. Hardly few pharmacy colleges in India have a proper placement cells, and obviously their fee structure will be on the higher side. Added to that, if you want to clear a corporate interview, you must need a lot of confidence. You must be able to impress the recruiter with your skills like attitude, your presentation, your communication, etc. So from where you develop these skills, knowingly or unknowingly, you develop all these skills from your college. Participating in co-curricular activities, involving in social activities, coordinating and conducting different cultural events, workshops, conference, inter-college competitions, etc. All these will help to develop your skills like communication, leadership, teamwork, approachability, etc. But all these will happen only if your college is having the adequate facilities and resources to support you. And there are certain set of people who will study PharmD from a very low profile college, and in the end it will be very difficult for them to find any job. At that point of time, they will blame PharmD. But remember, you are jobless not because of PharmD, but because you have selected a wrong college to study PharmD. Alright, coming back to our topic, the third factor, our attitude, our dedication. See, PharmD is a long course. It's like 5 years of study, 1 year of internship, more than 300 exams. So there is high possibility that you will get exhausted, leading to negligence, a lack of interest towards the subject. So if you have decided to study PharmD, you should be hardworking, you should be dedicated, and you should be updating the knowledge from all the available resources. If not, PharmD will become a burden for you and you will be in big trouble. Okay, now just recall all these 3 points. The first one, the job. So like I said before, only few people are becoming a clinical pharmacist. So lesser the number of clinical pharmacists, lesser the impact of clinical pharmacy. That is, PharmD is not getting highlighted or it's less pronounced in the health sector. The second one is the college. If you fail to select a good college, you won't be having good clinical knowledge and you won't be able to become a successful clinical pharmacist. You won't be able to improve or develop your skills and you will find it difficult to find a job. And the third point, your attitude, your dedication. So if you are not hardworking and dedicated, you will lose the interest in the subject and you will end up just having the doctor title, nothing else. So considering all these 3 points, I should say that scope of clinical pharmacy in India will improve only if more number of clinical pharmacists are recruited in the hospital. More clinical pharmacy recruitment will only happen if the existing clinical pharmacists prove themselves and make others aware about the importance of clinical pharmacy in the health sector. In order to prove what clinical pharmacy can do in the health sector, one should possess good clinical knowledge. For attaining good clinical knowledge, one should study in good and recognized college. College selection is important. Moreover, you should be hardworking and dedicated, and you should be confident that you will stick to the profession and will be a role model for others. So before blaming the government or the PharmD course, at this point of time, I guess you'll be having 2 questions in your mind. One is, should I take PharmD? And if yes, from where should I take PharmD? So for the first question, should I take PharmD? Suppose you have completed your 12th or you are a repeater. If you are really good in your studies, if you are really hardworking and dedicated, and if you have a strong feeling that you have to work in a hospital, you want a hospital job, and you wanted to contribute something to the health sector, then you can think about PharmD. Or if you are someone who wanted to settle in India and you wanted to be in a corporate or industrial sector, I will not recommend doing PharmD because it's absolutely not necessary. You can take B.Pharm and continue with masters later. But please don't take PharmD just to prefix the doctor title along with your name. It is a trap and it can ruin your future. Also, if you're planning to go abroad, dreaming of becoming a clinical pharmacist over there, make sure that your relatives, some of your relatives or family friends are already settled there. I'm not discouraging you, but it's true that it's very difficult to stay there, to study and to clear the exams. But yes, it is possible. Then coming to the second question, from where should I take PharmD? Again, this is my personal opinion. Do a proper research about the college before taking admissions. So if you ask me, can you recommend a good college to study PharmD in India? I will definitely recommend JSS College of Pharmacy, Mysore. Just because I'm an alumni of that college. I studied PharmD there. And also, JSS is the first to start the PharmD program in India. They have one of the best hospitals in the country. They have a very good placement cell. They have an excellent batch of teachers, in fact the pioneers of clinical pharmacy. It's NAC A+ accredited, ACP certified, and it is the first in India according to the World University Ranking System. And moreover, it is located in Mysore. It is such a beautiful and perfect place for students. I don't recommend any other college because I don't know them personally, but definitely there are a lot of good options to study PharmD in India. The only thing is you need to do a proper research. You need to thoroughly check about the facilities, the accreditation, the recognitions, and mainly about the hospital facilities and the placements. So that's it. If you have any further questions, please feel free to contact me. I'll be glad to help you at any point of time as much as I can. I've learned all these from my real life experience. There was no one to help me when I was in your stage. Please give your suggestions about my videos in the comment section and I'll be back with more videos. Till then, take care, stay safe.